I see the point that you're making. I think it works both ways. I think the negative is what you've just alluded to and stuff like that. I don't think that's a negative though, in my opinion. I don't think limiting people to cussing people because of their skin tone and woo. Obviously, you didn't say that, but this is the examples that we're saying. Yeah, I don't think that's limiting people's freedom. I think if that's what freedom means to you, you need your hard drive checked. You know, I think, yes, it's made people more conscious about what it is that they're writing, because yes, you should be conscious of what you're putting out there. You should be conscious of everything you say verbally, you know, but you're writing these things, and yes, you should be held accountable. But I totally agree with Daps in the sense that, yeah, people should be held accountable, but people can also change. You know, who I was 10, 15 years ago is not who I am today.
But the difference is, you're not going to go online and...
No, I'm not going to do that now.
No, but that's what I'm saying. But like,
but when we was younger,
it's not a character to do that.
Check this though, and a lot of people on Twitter will remember this. A lot of Twitter OGs will remember this. You man remember Sunday Corn?
Yeah, it's bad.
Right, Sunday Corn was bad, but maybe you wasn't like on.
I wasn't a Twitter guy.
Exactly.
Like, I was on.
But like, there was something called Sunday Corn that every Sunday's someone's getting, and it's going off.
Someone's getting cooked.
Yeah.
Cooked.
Why though?
Something always happens. Do you get what I'm saying to you? And it's like, cool. During that moment there, people say a lot of crazy things to that person. Do you know what I'm saying to you? You pull that tweet up now, and it's like, whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa. Do you know what I mean?
Still there.
Sometimes they're still there. That's how people find these things, isn't it? And it's like, I think there's certain things that you definitely need to maintain the level of accountability that you hold that person to as the years go by, regardless of what it is. It has to be maintained. I do think certain times people are only exposed to a certain amount of information and knowledge, so they tweet from a position of stupidity because that's what they're around.
Foolishness.
So and it's like they've grown. You know what I mean? Yeah, hold them accountable. Have you changed? Show us you've changed. Boom, boom, then move on. Do you know what I mean? But going back to that though, there's the cancel culture that we've just spoken about.
Cancel culture.
But yeah, going back to the whole Sunday Corn thing and the negativity, especially on Twitter, I think it's a platform that can be very negative. Because me, myself, there was a period of time where I saw social media in a very negative light. And I even quit most of my social media. So Instagram was gone, Twitter was gone. But then I think like a year later when I resurfaced, I didn't want to come back to Twitter because I think it's such a negative place.
And I think, I just want to say two things. I agree with you. I think like social media can start to affect the way you think. Like,
change thought patterns.
Yeah, not change thought patterns per se, but for example, if you're just seeing like a certain narrative and it's being, like a narrative can be created from social media. If you're seeing, do you remember there was a time where they were like, oh, Nigerian men are demons, for example, right? There was times where I'll be dating back in the day. I'll go on a girl doesn't even know me. I'm Nigerian. I'm a demon. Where did you learn that from?
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie though. Let me be real with you. You see that red flag? Wallahi, it only existed online, bro. Real life, you're bucking me. It's a green flag, bro. Facts, bro. I ain't never met a girl that's like, I'm not dating because you're Nige, bro.
No, of course, bro. But
it's on social media only,
No, it's
bro.
social media, but that shapes people's perceptions because people are seeing stories of.
No, for sure.
And even Mandem could see stories like there was a platform. I don't want to mention a platform because it's negative, right? There was a particular woman on social media.
Speak on it.
And she used to
speak on it. Speak on it.
Cool. It is what it is. I think her name's.
No, speak on it. No, speak on it. Nah, I'm joking. No.
You know who I'm talking about?
I know who you're talking about. I'm blocked.
Yeah.
You know?
I swear.
Yeah, allegedly.
Yeah, let's get into it.
No, let's not.
No, but anyway, there's that negative side of social media. Even for me, when I was seeing those things, that was like kind of making me.
They called it the whole stories. We're allowed to say stuff like that.
Yeah,
it's the whole stories when they went Afro Nation and people are having woo with. It's fine. People have done certain things with certain people and whatever. Homeless people, for example, having sexual intercourse with them and being praised for it on this. It is what it is, isn't it? You know what I'm saying to you? I don't agree with it. There's so many things that I don't agree in life. If I was to give my energy to everything I don't agree with, I'd have nothing left for myself and the people that I care about, right? But I think a point that I really sorry, was you still going?
Yeah, so my point was that social media is a positive thing, can be positive, but it can also affect, because it's media, right? Whether we like it or not. And media is a powerful tool that can be used to shape perception. And again, the other thing I was going to say is that social media, it allowed people to have like two characters. Like there were some people that they existed in this social media world. There was this person, they tweeted every couple seconds. But
in real life, they got it.
They built up this brand. Oh, I'm this, I'm that. But when you see them in real life,
it doesn't matter.
They have no persona. They have no character. They have nothing. Like not they have nothing, but they didn't have that same vim.
I get your point, and I think it leads us to a very, very good point, and a good topic that I'd like us to sort of discuss as well is, I've seen a lot of things with the new generation, right? In terms of social anxiety, and I want to be very, very careful when we speak on this because, of course, we're not professionals, but we made a point at the start that fun was going out, you know, meeting friends and speaking to people and being present in the moment. There's less of that now. People spend so much time online that is their fun. As a child, I just wanted to go outside. But now what you find is it's now fostered a society full of young kids that can't have face-to-face conversations. They're anxious when it's time to talk to people, which then inadvertently leads to all that nonsense that I see online with 1, 2, 3 guys sit down around a funny sit around a microphone with like 6 girls around them, telling them this is how a man should be, this is how a woman should be. I think they call it red pill, all of that stuff. I think that's some bull crap. You know what I'm saying? But that's what it's led to. We need people to be able to go outside, meet people, talk to gal, it not work out and be okay with it. Because that's life.
Social skills, yeah.
But there's a lack of social skills. There's a lack of social skills nowadays. And I think it'd be interesting to sort of get you guys' perspective on it as well. Because for me, I know looking at it, I'm looking at a death in young men being able to freely look at things and come up with their own ideas and their perspective. But now you've got a man, you've paid however much you've paid to go sit down with this man, and he's giving you stories on how to speak to a woman, how to talk to guys, how to do this, brother, shut your mouth, man. Go outside and speak to people. No better teacher than the action.
Yeah, so I agree with you. There's this now influencer adoration where people kind of, if you've got a following, you've now got a perspective, you know, and you've got people that will listen to you. So you might have no credibility, have no experience, have no kind of validity to speak on a topic, but because you've got a platform that you've built, you know, you've now got access to power in a sense to
and I think all them followers
people.
give people confidence that they can say and do anything.
Bro, I'll be honest though, but back in the day, if you didn't get 100 likes, do you remember back in the day where it used to say the bro,
I didn't read or do this thing that if I get a certain amount of likes.
She didn't end up releasing the music. Did you see that?
No.
It was years ago. It was something like, if I get 30,000 retweets, I'm going to release this music. Within, I don't know, a couple of hours or whatever. A couple of hours had gone by. The time had gone by and she had got like 10. You know, she's deleted the tweet and then she said, sorry guys, I was hacked.
Yeah.
Like, bro, like, do you know what I'm saying?
It's bad.
But it's funny. But there's a huge mental health aspect to social media. I think from a cognitive perspective, I think there's a lot of effects that we don't discuss firsthand, but actually I think it's equally as important as the other negative points that we make up. We look at TikTok and we look at people's distractions and how quick you are distracted when you're looking when you're in a real life situation. We formed a belief that in our minds 10-15 seconds is too long.
You have literally 10 seconds, a few seconds to impress people now. If you don't impress someone within that short time frame.
That's it.
They don't care.
So
Like,
what does that give? That then brings about a mentality, a microwave mentality that delayed gratification is not a thing. I need instant gratification. I need this result today. But one of my favorite quotes ever: "The day you plant the seeds, not the day that you eat the fruit." You need to believe in delayed gratification. You need to believe that I just need to keep jugging, keep jugging, keep jugging. But unfortunately, the highlight reel that is your Instas, your doesn't allow young people to be young, impressionable people to be able to form their own mind independently. You know, there's a relationship between high and screen time and people that are having, well, not everyone, but with a lot of people that have like anxiety and depression and stuff like that, because they live in that social media world. And when it comes to real life, it's a little bit difficult to then make the conversations that you have with people. So I think it's very scary. It's very scary.